Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
Perhaps so. I don't like being bought out. Not like that.
Before I came out of the door, I covered up my implant. Any questions?
This isn't the first time you've done this, is it?
We're on a special favor for equality. He was in a mood when we talked to him. So this thing I have in my head, it's a piece of my past.
So you test it, and it is ear bleeding loud inside the van.
It's lo-fi beats to revolutionize too.
Like there's just ambient noise that exists because you're kind of in the wild.
So we walk into the office and we say, orders right from the top.
Sorry. She goes, oh, our goodness. What on deadlines? Okay, well.
I'm on the just wait for tomorrow boat.
Consider this a thank you from a patient.
And what you're seeing are these crazy, overly sized, mutated, like, wolves.
I've pulled up to the page that says using a vehicle as a weapon.
Good morning.
Rex kind of snaps up and
extends his hands out and goes, people of Ufank, here the truth will come out.
So, inspiration through heckling?
Yes.
Good.
We have this image of Roger on the stage and Golden One standing up a little closer to the front. He's already addressed the crowd. He's open with his people of Ufank. Here, the truth will come out. And he lets that hang in the air for a little bit. Some of the people, there's a little bit of chattering and murmuring through the audience, and he then continues. Many of you have been living here peacefully for your whole lives. This is not to destroy any of that, but we must understand, all of us, that this person who we've been calling our leader, Equality One, has been, in truth and reality, making all of our lives truly miserable. We have not been free, and we will never be free under his rule. And there are some things that you don't know that are going to be very surprising. With this, Roger takes a little bit of a step forward, and he goes, friends, let us all be reasonable. This is nothing more than pageantry to destabilize something that we have all worked so hard for. Together, we are safe. And together is how we have survived. Now, we have not done anything that is not in the best interest of this community. And these shysters have nothing against us. And please interrupt me at any point, otherwise I will continue monologuing with myself.
Dice is gonna scream out, "Let the man speak!"
Okay, yeah, and you do that. You hear there's some nodding and some like affirmation through the crowd. You know, nothing gets people quite as much as curiosity.
I'd like to hear what he has to say. That's all she's saying. So anybody else who wants to scream out as well.
I just when Roger came forward, I just kind of like tried to get like a low, like just like boo, you know, like not like trying to gather attention to myself, but seeing if anybody else would join in, like on a low boo.
That's gonna be Act Under Fire.
Like trying to get the people, like doing a little arm motion and like trying to get the people near me to join in, but not like really standing up there. Act Under Fire, for me, that is weird. So I will go ahead and roll +3. What have we got? 8 + 3 is 11.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to do that. You're able to start a boo through the crowd, and it doesn't necessarily catch on, but it doesn't draw attention to you.
Okay, but I got a couple people joining in.
You got a couple of people. Yeah, you got a couple of people who know what's going on, and they're nodding along with what you're doing. They're not vocal yet. Okay.
Still working up the courage.
Yeah. So what? At this point, Golden One continues. He goes, when this community was founded, it was founded by this man, and this man had one goal and one goal only. His goal was to make sure that in this world that had fallen apart, he could live comfortably on the work of other people. And for some reason, the best idea that he had to do this was to remove everyone's personal identity. None of you here are individual. It's all the we collective. It's everything for the greater good of the community, and nothing else about us individually. He's even tried to remove the word the singular things like I and stuff. This it doesn't seem like much, but this is oppression. This is not something that we should be standing for. We shouldn't be sitting here and letting Mr. High Horse Foofy over here dictate how we think and how we act to make sure that he's got enough food in his belly while we're sitting here in the barracks with shoes that have seen 3 of the owners and trying to make ends meet.
Give us pronouns.
This guy definitely has a point.
Give us pronouns or give us death.
And I said, this guy definitely has a point.
When Greggor says give us pronouns or give us death, Bravo's like, yeah, and then I lean over to somebody next to me. I'm like, what's a pronoun?
Yeah, and so at this point, you see, there's some people in the crowd who are starting to put 2 and 2 together. Things are starting to click. They're starting to line up. And Roger gets his 2 cents. He goes, our friends, this is a gross overstatement. Yes, it is true. We've fallen on hard times. We all understand how bad the harvest was a couple of years ago, and we've really struggled to recover from that. But trust us when we say that everything that we're doing is to help and support this community. It's not easy to lead. It's true, there have been some tough choices, but we've made it through. We've made it through together, and we've made it through safely together. These usurpers who have come from the outer world, they've come from outside the wall. They are not part of us. They're scattered through the crowd. You can see them. If you look closely, you can find them.
I, right there, want to yell something to distract the people from what he just said. So I just yell, what about the disappearances? What about the submarine? And then
let's see.
In a little quieter voice, I turn to the people around me and I'm like, yeah, they disappeared my grandma for disagreeing. What about you? Do you know anybody who got disappeared?
Could you seduce or manipulate?
Okay. Here we go. Hot is only +1 for me, so. Yeek. Oh no! So that's a 3. That's a 3 + 1. So 4.
After he yells about the disappearance, Dice is gonna not super loud, but to the group around her, just go, I only came here I've only been here for a couple of months, but I heard of this place called Eden. Have any of you heard of that?
Okay, so this sounds like a totally unrelated role that we...
Different, yeah.
It's totally different. Okay, so we'll resolve Bravo's and then roll into that. Okay, so Bravo, you're going with the seduce or manipulate?
I'm gonna go with rally to the cause. Which, yeah, it'll mess up my anonymity. I just think thematically it makes a little bit more sense than seduce or manipulate, because, yeah, I'm trying to get these people to speak up about stuff that's really happening to them, not really manipulate them.
So okay, so what you're doing is you're sitting here, you're yelling, what about those disappearances? My grandma disappeared. What about all this? And it's loud and it's obnoxious. The people around you, they're starting to see it. They're remembering do you remember John? I haven't seen John for a while. And someone's like, we were missing Susie. And she was She used to be here, but you also see, as this is going, there's those couple of guards that have been hovering around the edge. You didn't get all of them when you blew up the guard station, and there's a group of them that is starting to move in your general direction. They see you as a problem figure.
Well, they're not wrong.
Now, Dice, you're in a different part of the crowd, but sowing similar seeds of dissent.
Yeah, so I'm being a little quieter after he kind of yells about, people going missing. I want to kind of, like, to the group of people around, just to my immediate vicinity, just say, I only came here a couple months ago, but I heard of this place called Eden, and I picked this one because of the agriculture. I thought it would be more free, but honestly, I think I should have gone to Eden. So I kind of just talking about how I don't think that this place is as trying to get the idea across that there's other places that could be better.
So what are you angling for? Like, is this you're just saying this, or are you trying to elicit a response?
Kind of trying to elicit a response. We've got some murmuring going from people going missing. I think it would be more of like a rally to the cause, and kind of going for like go together to a place you name kind of deal.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you want to make the roll, we can sow the seeds depending on the answer.
I have a 0 on this. Let's go. I rolled a 4.
Okay, cool. So you have one hold, but if you want to do anything, you'll have to personally do it.
Okay.
So you're saying this to the crowd, and some of them listen. A couple more go like, what's Eden? And most of them are just they're not paying attention to you. They've got a much more interesting and much bigger spectacle on stage, as Roger is now standing there brandishing his finger in the direction of Bravo and going, see here, this is one of those intruders, one of those outsiders who came in here and has wreaked havoc on our society. You hear him yelling, him screaming about falsities and lies that he's made up. These are the people who have come and destroyed so much. You know that fire that took out our brave and beautiful force guarding and protecting us from the outside world. This is one of the men responsible for that.
As this is going on, Greggor wants to make a move. I want to push up toward the stage and jump up on the stage if I can.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rex keeps himself ready just in case.
I jump up on the corner of the stage and I say, "You didn't answer the man's question. What about my wife? Where is she? Answer if you can. Look me in the eye right now and deny it." And I would like to use a new move that I took. So this move is called Dangerous and Sexy. I don't really know why it works, but if I make eye contact with somebody, as long as I hold eye contact, they flinch and freeze if I hit this roll. So I'm challenging Tim to deny it and then looking at him in the eye so he can't.
Okay.
So roll plus hot. That is a 9 plus 2 is 11.
Alrighty, so you actually have 2 hold. You can do Roger, and if you want, you can pick someone else.
Oh heck yeah!
I don't know who else you would pick, but you can. You are the center of attention in this chart situation, so you can make eye contact with an NPC who freezes and flinches and can't take an action. Spend it 1 for 1.
I want to freeze Roger, and I want to freeze one of the guards who is heading toward Bravo.
Okay, yeah. So you come just moving through the crowd, and as you hoist yourself up onto the podium. It's it's not podium, the stage. It's 3 or 4 feet. So you're pushing yourself up in that trench coat, man. That was a good choice. That was a good fashion statement that you chose right there. That thing, it comes up and it billows, and it just radiates this aura of power, basically, as you come up there. And Roger he's, for the first time that you've met him, he's stammering, speechless. And one of the other guards out of the corner of your eye that was moving towards Bravo as a stop to watch this. Roger is not able to finish his sentence, his phrase, and Golden One pipes up and he yells to the crowd in this, and he's like, "This is the man who you chose or you followed? He can't even finish his sentence. He's not going to tell you the truth, and that's because the truth incriminates him. It's gonna be awful. He's not going to tell you that he's been shoving people who don't agree with him into barrels and chucking them in the river. That's the truth. That's the truth right there. All those people who you don't know where they are, they're in the bottom of the river.
Does the crowd react to this at all?
That's madness.
The crowd absolutely reacts to this. Dice, would you actually roll for me just 2d6 flat?
That's a 6.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and so the crowd, you hear this this wave of gasps go through the crowds. They're like, no, is it true? Could that be? Are those the things we've been seeing in the river? It's elevated to the point where just like you gotten actually yes, that's what's going on. Does someone Rex, you're in the crowd, you're an active part of this, but you've been mostly an observer. Would you like to read a charged situation?
Yes, I would. I was planning on something, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I will read a charged situation. What's my modifier?
It is sharp.
7. 6
okay.
plus 1.
6 plus 1. Alrighty, so you get to ask one question.
And what about the Mosquito King?
Okay, you get to ask a different kind of question. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, as per I guess precedent that we've sent, you can ask one question from either the read a sitch or read a person lists.
Who's in control here?
So you survey the crowd, you hear this going on, you see what's going up on the stage, you see the guards that are moving about a little bit. They've taken up a position close to Bravo, but they haven't taken them out or anything. They don't have orders to do that. And as you sit here and you look at it and you're like, who's in control? This is something you've learned about as a mercenary. It's who's in charge of the situation. And right now it's actually no one. Like no one has a firm grasp on what's going on. It's teetering on the brink in any direction. So you get that vibe, and you see that like no one's particularly in control. And then you just yell out, what about the Mosquito King? And that like the people around you are like, wait, who the heck's the Mosquito King? Like is this what's going on? And so like it's the aggression level and the amount of just like hyperness or energy it is increasing. Like this is becoming a boiling pot. And it's about to go over.
Question: how close are the guards getting to me?
The guards have been moving towards you. You've got about, I'd say, 20 feet, but that's a congested 20 feet of crowd.
Oh, okay.
So they're close to you, but they're not like right on you. But there's a good there's a small sea of people.
I want to signal up towards Golden One and Greggor, and try to pantomime like hearing, like trying to get the idea across to them, like let's lead into the audio.
Okay, cool. How does this signaling work? And Greggor, do you understand it?
I point to my ear and kind of like wave around to like the crowd around me, and I'm like, thumbs up.
Do I need to make a roll to understand this?
No, that's just something you can decide.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. I feel like Greggor and Bravo hatched this plan a little bit. So I break off my death stare at Roger, and I turn to the crowd, and as I do, I pull off the trench coat, and so the guard uniform is underneath. And I say, people, friends, for too long, we, and I mean that in its true context, for too long, we have supported those above us, but they're not above us. They only stand higher than us because we are on our knees. Rise together and hear what our leader really thinks of you.
And I press the button on my transmitter, and I really, really hope this works. It should work. Please work.
Roll to act under fire.
Okay. When you do something under fire, roll plus weird. Thank goodness. Here we go. I'm going to press this button in a real weird way. Okay, so it's a 7 plus 3. It's a 10.
Alrighty, cool. So yeah, you pull your button out of the pocket, and you click it, and you hear this this loud crackling static sound as it screeches to life. And you got then you hear this slightly tinny, a little bit muffled, but very definitely Roger, and his voice as it comes over the loudspeakers and goes,
I'm not going to say I'm a normal guy. I'm definitely a cut above the rest, but you know, look, we know. Well, actually, I don't know if we all know. Looks over at Bravo and decides not to say something. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is very clear. We got to make sure that those base needs are taken care of before we get to the high ones. And I just made sure that other people took care of my base needs.
What?
Boo! Viva la
Alrighty.
revolution!
Boo!
Liar!
okay, so the crowd they hear this. The crowd hears this, and they're angry. They feel like they've been cheated and betrayed. And here's the effects of that. So the next person to make a rally to the cause roll, take a +1. Take a +1 forward.
Greggor's the one on stage.
I want to grab Roger by the collar of his jacket and pull him forward to the edge of the stage. I say, "You are not beneath this man. He's beneath you. He's taken advantage of you for too long. He deserves the same kindness that he gave those who spoke out against him." And I want to push him off the edge of the stage into the crowd.
Oh, whoa.
So you do this. There's going to be multiple things that happen. Okay, so as you do this, so I'm not going to interrupt this action because it's too cool. It's too cool not to. But so what happens is as you go up, you grab Roger by the scruff of his neck, by the back of it, and what you see is the remaining guards. They begin rushing the stage. So as the guards are fighting their way through the crowd to make it up to the front, you grab Roger, you haul him to the front of the stage, you make your speech, and you huck him off the stage into the crowd. This sounds perfectly like a rally to the cause roll to attack someone you name.
So,
I will rally them so hard. That is, oh no, that's a 4 +2 for hot +1 going forward, so that is a 7.
Yes. If anyone wishes to help, they can, but this is enough to make it.
What is he doing exactly? What's he doing exactly?
I'm trying to have the crowd turn on Roger. I'm trying to get a little mob justice here.
They're gonna tear him limb from limb.
I was gonna say, as Roger falls from the stage, Dice wants to yell, "Get him!" to help.
Something's happened to Dice. She is not the person we met at the beginning of this adventure.
She's being an anarchist.
All right, roll plus hex with Greggor.
4, 5, 6. I have professional compassion, so I can roll sharp plus sharp instead of plus HX. So I rolled a 6 + 2, so for an 8.
Alrighty. So Roger gets thrown off the front of the stage as Dice is just yelling, "Just get him!" And the crowd goes up, and for a second it looks like Roger is body surfing until he hits the pavement. From there, it's a blur as people are swarming. People are swarming on Roger. They're taking him. You can see he someone hauls him up, and you can see his hair is disheveled. His clothing has started to become is getting ripped, and he's received it looks like a couple of good hits or kicks as he's already been down.
I'm gonna start barreling my way over there.
Is there anything particular you wish to do? Because it's open narration. Feel free to tell me what you want to happen.
I'm going to run over to Roger, barreling my way through the crowd, and basically because the point is I'm so big and tall, I want to lift him above my head so other people can't reach him.
Okay.
I want to throw a little gasoline on the fire if I could.
Go for it. I love gas.
Put him in a barrel. Put him in the river.
I'm liking this. I like where this is going. Okay, cool. So yeah, so Rex, you rush through and you're able to plow through the crowd, but you're able to get to Roger, and you hoist him up. And as Greggor begins the chant, "Put him in a barrel. Put him in a barrel." The entire crowd starts starts picking it up, and you can feel the sea of people moving you towards the riverbank.
Meanwhile, I recall there were guards rushing towards Greggor and Golden One. I don't know if they all got distracted and started trying to protect Roger, but I'm going to use this distraction to skirt around the outside of the crowd, see if there are any still going towards Roger and Golden One, and see if I can subtly pick them off. If the noise has gotten so loud that I can start just, that I can grab out my gun and just take out some of the guards who are trying to go for our important figures on the stage. That's what I want to do.
Yes. So the majority of the guards are trying to push their way into the sea to get Roger, but it's not working so hot for them. They're being buffeted about by the crowd as no one's quite sure whether they're in there to support them or not. But there are a couple who've broken off, and they're targeting the stage. There's 3 guards who are moving towards the stage. They see Greggor and Golden One as the cause of this, and they're going to wipe them out. They're on the way. Okay.
So is there one that I can sneak behind and just subtly pull my my smaller gun out and just pop him in the back?
You can definitely act under fire to not be detected as you do that.
And it's a 6 + 3, so just a 9.
So yeah, so you're able to get up behind him. You sneak up behind him. You reach in, you grab your smaller gun, and right as you're about to put it in the small of his, put it wherever you were going to and shoot him, he seems to hear something or hear you kick a pebble or whatnot. Anyways, and he turns around, and you're now face to face. So if you'd like to take an action, you can.
Ooh, but now I'm looking him in the eye.
Yeah, you're looking him in the eye with a gun. So,
okay, I'm gonna talk to him instead. I'm just gonna say, "This cause is over. Give it up. Go away. Leave."
Well, if this ain't a manipulate roll, nothing is.
Yep. Let's hope for this guy that I roll well. Yeah, I got a 7 + 1.
They look at you. This one guard who's been distracted from the posse who's going, and they understand, and they look at what's going on, and they see the imminent threat of a gun pointed at them, and they understand the jig is up. So yeah, they no longer move towards the Greggor and Golden One combo.
Is he leaving, or is he just standing there eyeing me down?
They don't know what to do. Like they're not in support of their leader being destroyed. They actually believe what's going on, but this guy's smart enough to understand when he's beaten. There's no way to win this one. Anyways, that's what you convinced him, is there's no way to win this, and so he's not going to help, but he's not going to get in the way. He's just kind of milling about right now.
Okay, then I'm going to say weapons. Give them here.
Why?
I shoot at the ground just a couple of feet in front of where he's standing. I say, that's why.
Okay. That he gives you his wooden stick, or drops it. The baton that most of the guards use.
Okay. He's just a lower guard. Okay. And I'm just like, beat it. Get lost.
They leave, and they head off in the general direction of the bunkhouses.
And I just hand the wooden stick. I go over to some energetic member of the crowd, and I'm like, hey, take this. And I just give him the wooden stick. And then I keep heading towards Greggor to see if I can cut off those other two, but it might be too late.
Yeah, the dude barely processes it. He goes for him like, put him in a barrel, to now going, put him in a barrel with the stick.
I take it I don't have time to also take care of the 2 other guys, but yeah.
No, yeah, you've reduced the number from 3 to 2. Yes, Rex?
So I'm still holding him like above my head. I want to try to go back on stage. Well, not back. I haven't been on stage. I want to go on stage.
This is definitely against the crowd's immediate wishes. Well,
I know I started like near the front of the stage, and he was just thrown off.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He was just really thrown off. We haven't actually moved him where you just feel the push. So yeah, you can do that. You can hoist him up, and you can move around up the stage.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
You do have the crowd chanting, "Put him in a barrel." Especially as you get up on the stage and you're elevated, you can see the guards swarming. They're getting pretty close. Greggor, you've got two of them that are basically right up on you now, though. I guess you probably saw them. You saw them coming.
With my teeth still bared to the crowd, I kind of hiss to Rex, "What's going on here? We were winning.
We still need to elect a new leader.
The old regime needs to crumble first, Rex."
No, because he can get rid of him, like the new leader, or she, whoever.
All right, I'm gonna try something. Can I use my new skill on Rex to make him freeze? I make eye contact with an NPC. I can't. Okay.
Rex can voluntarily just stop when he looks at you, but yeah, you can't. Your move doesn't take effect on PCs.
I'll see what he rolls first.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait, guys. So there's actually a rule set for this kind of stuff. When you do a seduce or manipulate for PCs on a 10+, if they go along with it, they mark experience, or if they refuse, erase one of their stat highlights for the remainder of the session. So when you're manipulating a PC, you can give them the carrot, the stick, or both.
Ooh, interesting.
And so with this, I think we can utilize these rule sets.
Okay.
So it's the same modifier.
Okay. So that is an 8, and my hex with Rex is +3.
Wow.
I grin at Rex a little bit, and I just mutter, sorry. And then to the crowd, "There may be some who still stand for tyranny, like this man, but I will die before I let this thing rule us any longer. Go with me, brothers and sisters, to the river and to freedom." And I want to try to... I don't know if it's play acting or what, but I want to shove Rex and the boss man back into the crowd.
Okay. So Rex, as the rules go, so if you follow along with what Greggor has proposed, then you get to mark experience, and if you refuse, he gets to erase one of your stat highlights. So whatever you do is up to you, but those are the stakes.
Bro, why would you do this?
Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. It's fine.
No, they're going to kill me.
You could fight all of them. Don't even worry about it.
I'm going to go along with it.
Sweet.
I don't know how he musters up the strength to push a 300 or something pound massive man off the stage while he's holding another person, but we'll allow it.
I guess so. Greggor, here's a question so I can understand what the crowd's reaction. Are you shoving it as if like you want Rex to go into it, or are you just shoving it as like, no, Rex, like lead the charge, get moving?
It's
like, which one?
It's not. I'm not shoving Rex into the crowd. It's more that I'm just trying. Rex is still holding Roger, and so I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I'm like holding him above my head, like overhead press.
So I'm trying to get Roger back into the hands of the crowd.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is like, so to the crowd's perspective, this was like some dude came up, picked up their dude, picked up Roger, hauled him out to the stage. You gave a killer, thing like, he'll die before, like, I'll die before he reigns again, and the crowd just goes, yeah. And then the dude who's hoisting him up on the stage comes back down to the crowd.
Yeah.
That's how I'm seeing it.
I would like to lead this procession to the river now.
So, Greggor, you begin leading the charge. Rex is close behind you. Bravo and Dice, I think you're somewhere in the crowd. Golden One hops off the stage and jumps on in. Yes, Dice?
I was gonna, after I scream, like, get him! I want to actually, like, kind of... I imagine most of the crowd that was around me kind of surges forward. She kind of leans back and wants to kind of try to make her way around the crowd into the back of the stage where the van is.
Okay, yeah. In the confusion, I think you can definitely do this.
So she's kind of removing herself from, because it seems like it's being handled.
Okay, yeah. So Bravo and Greggor and Rex, you're all with the crowd as it's surging, shoving and hauling Roger towards the river. The guards, the few of them that are left, there's not a ton of these people, especially in comparison, and so all of their attempts to get in are rebuffed, and they get just kind of discarded along the way as the crowd deals with them, or some of them get stuck under and trampled, and eventually you all make your way to the riverfront. Now there's a little bit of a there's little sections that are like beachy. It's a river, but they're a fairly deep and wide river, but there's also sections where they've built out piers, or especially like along the edge of the wall that extends into the river a little bit. As the crowd continues to surge you all in the direction of the water. Where are you steering this madness?
Down one of the piers.
Okay, so the crowd just comes up, and you can feel the pier shaking and trembling as all the feet are pounding along it. Eventually, you get to the end. The river is before you. The angry mob is behind you, chanting and screaming to throw this tyrant into the river.
We so get to the end of the pier, and I turn and I face the crowd, and I'm still wearing the guard uniform, and I say, even this is a symbol that stands against equality. Not what this man says equality is, but equality's true meaning. Equality where we're all one. And I pull it off, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this has like it's body armor. It's heavy stuff, right?
It's definitely heavier than normal clothing.
I would take this uniform and I tie it around him. I say, this is what he can do with his symbols of elitism. I don't want to be the one to shove him in the river, but at this point, I'm trying to feed the crowd as best as I can.
Ooh. Can Rex do it?
Totally. Y'all are in control of your destinies.
So you've tied up his limbs so he can't move?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do what's the thing that they do in the track and field, the shot put?
Oh my god.
The one where they just dead shoot something from the shoulder.
Where they they kind of do the spin and then throw something.
Yeah, that's a shot put or discus, depending on how you want to fling him.
Yeah, let's do that one. Holding him by his feet.
Just for flavor, can you make me a roll plus hard?
Yeah, sure. I like flavor. That is a 7 plus 3, 10.
Alrighty. Okay.
Also, I've leveled up.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you have him at the edge. He's been tied up. So it's looking grim for Roger, and then you drop him he hits the planks real hard. You grab him by the feet, and you start spinning, and then you, with a Herculean effort, just hurl him as far into the river as you can. And this is a pretty good throw for Rex. You make it a good way, as you hear this wailing man just fly into the river. You hear this loud splash. You don't see Roger after that. And the crowd just cheers. There's this massive hurrah and roaring as the mob gets their vengeance, or at least their bloodlust satisfied for now.
And now, with as loud a voice as I can muster, I start yelling, "All hail Greggor the Mosquito King! All hail Greggor the Mosquito King!" I'm trying to get people into it. Bravo made a judgment call. He decided that these people aren't gonna go with with Golden One as their leader in this moment.
Alrighty. Could you make
rally to the cause?
Yeah, this is a rally to the cause. They just threw their tyrant in the river.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1 for it's hot, right? Okay, so it's a 9. So if somebody can help me, we can get it up to a full success.
Me, I'll help. I just listen to the guy's orders and throw him in.
Yes.
Okay, so what do I roll?
It's your hex with me. You should kneel down before him.
Okay, so that's a +2.
Since you're so close to him, you could get a end of Mulan kind of action going.
So sorry, what am I rolling? I've got your hex with you, but
Yeah, so it's 2d6 plus hex.
oh, okay. That is an 8 total then.
Okay, so that adds 1 to the roll. So
that puts it at a 10.
Hail Greggor the Mosquito King!
You may choose 2 for round
Okay.
cause.
So the first one is defend someone or something you name. So make these people want to defend Greggor, just in case those guards are still out there. And the second one is go together to a place I name, and that place is down on our knees.
Okay.
We're all bowing before Greggor after he just gave a speech about equality. This is weird.
Okay, yeah. But hey, that's how the dice land. So it's not as clean as you'd hope in your picturesque mind, filled with I don't know whatever Siliconia versions of Disney princess stories are. But it does end up that way. The crowd rallies to Greggor as the Mosquito King, their new sovereign, I guess. At least in this moment, to this frenzied mob, this is their new sovereign. They will defend Greggor, the Mosquito King.
Yes, speech time. Speech.
Standing on the end of this pier, Greggor reaches out and he starts grabbing the shoulders of the people close to him and says, "Brothers and sisters, we have just dispatched a tyrant. We've thrown down one who strives to stand above the rest. I will not take his place. Rise. We are equals. We will build something together."
What a good speech.
Heck yeah.
Thanks.
I feel good. I feel good about this violent coup that we just pulled off. It's heartwarming.
Feels so good.
We only killed so many people.
I think we'd have this big crane shot. You make this speech and the crowd starts cheering for you. We get this crane shot as it goes up, and it eventually pans up and into the sky, and then it pans back down towards the and we see the mansion that originally was inhabited by one Roger Equality 1 is now inhabited by a Mosquito King Greggor. All of you are back there. It's later in the day, and the crowd has dispersed a little bit. It's a little calmer now, and Golden One comes up, and Golden One's there, and he says, it's been a little while since I thought that we'd actually succeed with this, but I guess here we are.
Greggor looks up from Roger's desk, where he's putting the finishing touches on the proclamation for the general election that's going to happen tomorrow, and he signs it, Greggor, interim Mosquito King, across the bottom, and he hands it off to somebody to distribute around the town. He says, "Yeah, this took a turn there at the end."
How long ago did you guys get here? Because I feel like we've been plotting this for so long. Like, I've been here for so long. Oh, how I miss saying I. And you guys, we did this in, like, how long?
Yeah, it's been about 24 hours or something, I think.
For it being an accidental plan to blow up the guard station along with their weapon supplies, that was very effective.
That really did speed things up a little bit, I feel.
I think we should do that every time.
You think it's going to go that smoothly every time?
Okay, maybe not. Also, I still feel strange about it.
Why is that?
I don't know. Today there was a moment with a guard. I could have killed him. It would have been quicker. It would have been better. But I just let him leave.
You don't have to kill everyone. Personally, I'm for letting more people live than just killing everybody who opposes us.
Killing extra people just makes more work and more mess and creates more enemies if anyone's out to get revenge on you.
I suppose so. I don't know. We did a good thing here, right?
Time will tell, I think.
We did a good job. That's what we did.
We did what we were asked to do.
And will we, if we're opening it up to the general vote thing, are we going to be able to make sure that this community hooks up with Eden like we wanted?
Well, the way I see it, either yours truly will be elected, in which case I can lead them there. Although what you mentioned about giant mutant wolves is concerning, especially given that we accidentally blew up all of the firearms.
I'm still here.
Or someone else will get elected, things will go to pot, chaos will reign, and then Eden can come in with relief efforts and take over from there.
Well, this place still has a very well-developed, like, agricultural setting. So I think it could be useful to a place like Eden. So, and it's also, 2 hours away by car? So I think it could be helpful to just have at least, friendly relationships.
And maybe eventually Eden will be big enough that they'll be both part of the same city. We should rename this place Eden 2.
Golden One just goes, oh, no.
I like it. Eden 2.
Well, I guess we did it. I guess it's time we head back and tell the mayor what a good job we did.
I'm ready to leave.
And then we can get paid.
I mean, I guess we can leave now. Do we want to stick around for the election, or do we think just like maybe Greggor and I will be able to handle that in the peaceful transition of power and stuff like that?
Not my problem.
Greggor, what do you think? You need some extra muscle here?
I think we got it. We have enough momentum to keep this thing headed in the right direction. And like I said, if things do go to pot, relief efforts, and with relief efforts and things handled half as well as we handled everything with Roger, Catherine will have her population. So you two go. You three go on ahead. I'll catch up with you down the road. Just gotta dot some I's and cross some T's here.
I'm not arguing. I'm ready to go.
I need a place to get a drink.
Golden One goes like, I think I can handle that one for you, my bud.
I want to, as Golden and Rex walk away to go find a drink, I walk over to Bravo and I hand him a couple of letters, and I say, this one is for Kathleen or Catherine. Yeah, this one is for the mayor, if you could deliver that. This one is for Marlene, just second floor of the town center, if you wouldn't mind delivering that one as well. And Bravo, you did do something good.
Yep, I guess so. I guess we'll see. It did seem to go better than the last time I tried something like this. I'm still figuring out what this whole good thing is. Well, I guess only time will tell.
Sometimes you have to stick your hands in the mud in order to keep somebody else's clean. Sometimes you don't have to.
The five of you, the group, you make your way towards the eastern gate. The van has been relocated over here with the Corolla and what their like make-do parking lot is. You all say your not final goodbyes, but you say goodbye for now. And Bravo, you hop in the driver's seat. Rex and Dice, you clamber into the van and you fire it up. This baby, she's tough. As you pull out through the gates, we see Greggor and Golden One standing there as they watch you head off, and as the camera pulls back in this beautiful drone shot, and we see the entirety of Ufank, and then we cut to black.